Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Am I the Asshole? If you enjoy hearing stories from Reddit, it would really support the channel if you could like or subscribe. Now let's dive into our first story. Am I the asshole for not letting a woman cut the line at the grocery store? Hi Reddit, I need your opinion on grocery store etiquette and not letting someone cut the line. Tonight after work, I stopped by my local grocery store to grab a handful of items to make dinner. 5 items in total. I maneuvered my cart behind an older woman who was slowly navigating, putting her groceries on the belt to be checked out. She was the only person I noticed in front of me. A few minutes later, another woman tries to edge her way in line in front of my cart. I gave her a quizzical look and she said, "Oh, I was here before, but I went to go and see if the other line over there was moving faster." I said, "Okay, but you weren't here when I arrived, so..." The woman proceeded to inform me she was here first and that she should be let back in because she only stepped away to see if the other line was faster. I replied that I did not see her here before I joined the line, so she could get behind me or go back to the other line. At this point, she showed me that she only had a few things and was shocked that I wasn't going to let her back in. She had 4 packs of Jell-O. I pointed out that I too only had a few things, and I wasn't going to move because I did not see her in the line in front of me when I joined. Now this is where I may be the asshole. At this point, we're both getting frustrated in this grocery store pissing match for pole position. She says, "So you're not gonna let me back in? Where's your Christmas spirit?" I'd had enough of her entitlement at this point, and I shot back, "Don't pull that shit." Honestly, if I had been behind her in line, I would have happily held her place if she has asked. But she wasn't there when I arrived, and she just assumed she could cut back in line after a few minutes. Using Christmas spirit as a means to get what she wanted was the last straw for me. In the end, she glared at me and said, "I hope you have a Merry Christmas," her voice dripping with sarcasm, and she left to go back over to another cashier. The irony is, we both left the store with our items at the same time. So Reddit, am I the asshole for not letting this woman cut in front of me and calling her out when she tried to use Christmas spirit to get her way? Not the asshole. She gambled and lost? She would have most likely had a different experience if asked you first, but she just assumed you'd roll over. I never let people cut the line on me. Ask, and I'll probably say yes, assume, and it's a hard no. That's the thing. She just started trying to edge her way in. It wasn't until I gave her a look that she offered an explanation, and there was no. "Please could I get back at just..." "Oh, I was here first, but I went to check the other line." Not the asshole. I was 8 months pregnant, buying milk for my other kids at Target because it was near my house, and I was too tired to go to the good grocery store. This lady with a preteen and 55 things in her cart was like, "I need to cut, please. I have an unhappy child with me." My grumpy mouth shot off. "Well, lady, I have an unhappy child in me, so back off, unless you want my foot in you." I am not usually rude like that, but she just rubbed me the wrong way. Not the asshole. You were perhaps not the most polite, but she was being unreasonable, and you weren't obligated to back down just because she mentioned Christmas. She could also have showcased her own Christmas spirit by not bothering you when it was her own fault she lost her place in line. I would have laughed and said that I'm not Christian, not the asshole. Am I the asshole for snapping at my mom for telling people I'm gay? My 20 male sister, 14, was reading a book yesterday when she asked me, "What does a Greek god look like?" I asked her why she is asking me that, and she showed me a passage saying a guy has the features of a Greek god. So I told her, muscular and handsome. I noticed my mom giving me a weird look and asked her if something's wrong. She said nothing. Later asked me if I like my best friend, 20 male, because he's tall and muscular. I was taken aback. As it turns out, she had always assumed he and I are gay, which is not the case. I quickly told her we're not gays, but she didn't believe me, saying the way we behave around each other leaves no other possible interpretation. So I told her she should stop trying to interpret and see things that are not there. She said okay before telling me she told her friends that I am gay, but haven't come out to her yet, and that she was worried about me keeping it bottled up inside. I snapped at her for it. I have nothing against gays, but I don't want them to think I'm one when I'm not, since it'll only lead to awkwardness. Not to mention, one of them has a daughter I have a crush on and might ask out. She said she only told them because she was worried about me and wanted some advice on what to do. The way we behave around each other leaves no other possible interpretation. Unless you guys are playing a little phallus fencing, this is a wild statement. Overall, not the asshole. I think the snapping was probably a little much. It does sound like she was genuinely worried and was trying to figure out how to help you, but coming up with random explanations for worries about issues that may or may not exist is a really, really bizarre behavior that it does sort of justify the loss of temper. I did ask her what behaviors she's talking about. She thinks my jokes are so lame, he wouldn't laugh at them if he doesn't have feelings for me. What the fuck, Almeo? Nothing wrong with being gay, but laughing at lame jokes your same-sex friend tells, gay does not make. Into lol. IDK, what's up with your mom? But it sounds like a sense of humor thing, not a sexuality thing. So, OP and his bud use weird Zoomer anti-humor, and mom thinks he's into sucking dick because OP says Ohio Skibidi and his friend thinks it's hilarious. Not the asshole. Mom went way out of bounds with that. Not only should she not have confronted you, but she never should have said anything to anyone else. As a mom, I'm completely taken aback by her actions. If and when you are ready, you need to sit her down and explain to her how this really affects you. Though you are not gay, if you were, it would be your choice to tell others. It would be up to you, OP, to decide the who's and when's. Being that she made a completely false assumption about your sexuality and told others, Mom should feel like the ass. So a male saying muscular and handsome makes them gay? I am not understanding her thought process. Regardless, not the asshole. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books? I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.